When it comes to money management, there's a fine line between being financially smart and being downright cheap. While both behaviors aim to save money, their motives, methods, and outcomes differ drastically. Smart spending is about getting the best value, balancing quality, long-term benefits, and thoughtful decision-making. Being cheap, on the other hand, often involves cutting costs in ways that lead to negative consequences, missed opportunities, or even damaged relationships. It's not about how much you spend, but how wisely you do it. Whether you're budgeting for groceries or making a major life purchase, understanding this difference can drastically improve your financial health and peace of mind. Here are the top 10 differences that separate smart spenders from those who are just plain cheap. 1. Smart spending focuses on value, cheap spending focuses on price. Smart spenders evaluate the value they get for their money, considering durability, usefulness, and impact. For instance, a smart spender might buy a $100 pair of shoes that lasts for years instead of a $30 pair that falls apart in 3 months. Cheap people, however, often choose the lowest price available, regardless of quality. This short-sightedness can lead to repeat purchases and higher long-term costs. Smart spending means asking, "What do I get for what I'm paying?" Cheap spending only asks, "What's the lowest I can pay?" 2. Smart spending is intentional. Being cheap is reactionary. Smart spending involves planning and prioritizing. You decide what matters and budget accordingly, whether that's saving for a vacation, investing in your health, or upgrading work tools. Being cheap, however, is more about knee-jerk refusals to spend money, even when it's clearly the better option. Cheap people often say, "No," without thinking things through. Smart spenders say, "Yes," or "No," based on context, long-term goals, and calculated decisions. 3. Smart spending enhances quality of life. Cheap spending diminishes it. Smart spenders make choices that support comfort, safety, and long-term well-being. They're willing to pay for convenience, better health, or meaningful experiences because they see the value in these investments. Cheap spenders often sacrifice comfort and experience just to save a buck, skipping social events, buying low-quality food, or neglecting necessary home repairs. Over time, this behavior can lead to stress, isolation, or more expensive problems. 4. Smart spenders know when to splurge. Cheap people rarely do. Smart spending includes room for calculated indulgence. Smart spenders allow themselves to enjoy life within their means, whether it's dining out occasionally, traveling, or investing in hobbies. Being cheap, on the other hand, often means avoiding any spending that isn't strictly necessary, even if it brings joy or improves life. This kind of deprivation isn't just unsustainable, it can lead to resentment and burnout. 5. Smart spending respects others. Cheap spending often offends. Smart spenders understand the importance of generosity and fairness. They tip appropriately, contribute to group outings, and don't inconvenience others to save money. Cheap individuals, however, might avoid tipping, always split bills to the cent, or let others pick up the tab. This behavior can strain relationships and make people hesitant to include them socially. Being financially conscious doesn't mean being inconsiderate. 6. Smart spenders invest in the future. Cheap people often ignore it. Smart spending involves recognizing that some expenses now will save or earn more later. This could include buying energy-efficient appliances, getting regular health checkups, or taking a course to learn a new skill. Cheap people tend to skip these investments to avoid upfront costs, even if it means missing out on future gains or incurring bigger problems down the line. In other words, smart spenders see money as a tool. Cheap people see it as a barrier. 7. Smart spending builds wealth. Being cheap can cost you. Smart spending means using your money to grow your financial future. Whether it's investing, buying insurance, or maintaining assets like your car or home, smart spenders think long-term. Cheap people might avoid these expenses because they seem optional in the short term, but often end up paying more when emergencies hit. Ironically, the pursuit of saving a few bucks can lead to financial setbacks. Smart spenders avoid this by making money work for them, not against them. 8. Smart spending is about strategy. Being cheap is about fear. Smart spenders make confident financial choices based on goals and logic. They budget wisely, compare options, and assess outcomes. Being cheap is often driven by fear. Fear of running out of money, fear of appearing wasteful, or fear of financial insecurity. This fear can cause irrational decisions like hoarding coupons or refusing to replace worn-out necessities. Financial freedom requires clear thinking, not panic-driven penny pinching. 9. Smart spenders buy once, cheap people buy twice. Smart spenders understand the importance of quality. They do their research and invest in items that last. Cheap people often go for the cheapest option, which frequently breaks, wears out, or fails to perform. This leads to replacements, repairs, or frustration that cost more in the long run. Whether it's tools, furniture, or clothing, smart spenders focus on durability. Cheap people focus on short-term wins, and usually pay for it later. 10. Smart spending feels empowering, being cheap feels restrictive. Smart spenders enjoy the freedom and confidence that comes with making wise financial choices. Their mindset is abundance-driven. They believe in making money work for their lifestyle and values. Cheapness, however, is scarcity-driven. It creates a restrictive mindset that can lead to guilt over spending, conflict with others, and missed opportunities. Smart spending opens doors. Cheapness often closes them. Being financially responsible doesn't mean you have to be cheap. In fact, being cheap can cost more, emotionally, socially, and financially, than people realize. Smart spending is about balance, intentionality, and value. It's about recognizing when spending is an investment and when saving is a better choice. It's about respecting both your money and your life. So next time you're about to make a financial decision, ask yourself, am I being smart, or just cheap? When you focus on value instead of just cost, you'll find that your money goes further, your experiences get richer, and your financial future looks a whole lot brighter.